We have had a positive impact in protecting over 100,000 kids across the country.
We know it happens. Few have spoken out, but Glory Meldrum is taking a stand.
Because let's not forget, they did nothing wrong.
Glory is a voice for vulnerable children. She is the founder of Little Warriors, a national charity focused on the education and prevention of child sexual abuse.
And not one in Edmonton, not one in Canada.
Little Warriors awareness campaigns and prevention programs have trained thousands of Canadian adults on how to recognize and stop abuse. And soon, Little Warriors will build Canada's first ever 60-day treatment center for victims.
Friend, I really should be in jail.
Little Warriors work is very, very important. And the reason is that it's a pandemic in our society and around the world, child sexual abuse. 1 in 3 girls will be sexually abused. The average age for girls to be sexually abused is 4. And 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused, and the average age is 4.
Statistics are not the only motivator behind Little Warriors. Glory is all too familiar with the anguish caused by child sexual abuse. Her own grandfather abused her when she was 8 years old.
So he had access to me for 2 years. 1,100 square foot house, full of boarders. My cousin lived there, my sister, my mom. You don't sleep through the night again the first time, because as soon as that happens, when's it coming again?
For years, Glory says she felt trapped, unable to tell anyone, except God.
I can remember as a little girl, it's one of my saddest memories actually, is that I'd be sitting, get with my offender in church. God loved me. Every single little Sunday, I'd walk up there like I'm a little tiny little girl, right? And I'd be just saying, "Dear God, make them stop," right? And so for years, I'd be like, God, you don't like me, you're not listening, I'm so mad, but it was interesting is that I never ever got mad enough that I stopped praying. I started praying for God to give me one person that loved me for me.
After 2 years of living in the same house with her grandfather, Glory and her family moved out. The abuse stopped, but Glory was broken. She thought about suicide. When she finally told someone her secret, it tore her family apart. Glory's case went to trial, but it was thrown out on a technicality. However, her grandfather was later convicted as a pedophile on other counts. Glory says it took her 30 years to heal and forgive.
When you've had somebody violate you like that, the last thing you ever want to do is let it go. Does my offender know I forgave him? No, it wasn't for him, it was for me. Then I became a survivor, not a victim.
As a survivor, Glory founded Little Warriors in 2005.
I couldn't sit back and know what I know and what it feels like to be sexually abused and the struggles and not do anything about it.
Getting others to talk about child sexual abuse can be difficult. Even the statistics are out of date. The most recent study was completed in 1984, and it found 4 out of 5 incidents of sexual abuse occur before the age of 18.
I think that people don't want to accept it, that it's actually people that we know and trust, right, that are the offenders. 95% of the time, the kids that are being sexually abused know their offender. What does that say about society? It's not the creepy dude in the van, rarely it is, that's scouting around the schools. It's people that have gained your trust as the mom or the father to get access to your child, then they sexually abuse them.
I just want to build it and get it done so that I don't have to, and that families don't have to go through losing a child.
Glory is on another mission now, to build the Be Brave Ranch. It will be Canada's first ever treatment center for victims of child sexual abuse. Glory is tirelessly working to raise the $3.5 million it will cost to create the treatment programs.
It's going to be built around cognitive behavior, which is really kind of the best therapy that's out there based on research. Play therapy, equine therapy, physical activity. There'll be a whole bunch of other pieces that are added. And we're creating that from scratch.
Glory is getting closer to her fundraising goal for the ranch. She has the support of her husband and her 3 kids. She calls them the answer to that prayer she made as a child for someone who loved her for her. She hopes Little Warriors and the Be Brave Ranch will do the same for other children.
Well, I think I wouldn't have wasted 30 years of my life trying to get better. I think if I would have got the help early, then I would have been able to get back on track and get healthy, right? I never had that opportunity. It's all of our responsibility as adults to protect these little ones.
For 100 Huntley Street in Edmonton, I'm Megan Kelly.
See, this little girl was a survivor like me.